Ametuambia wanakokuelekea kutakuwa na mabadiliko, kwa tutawaalika liko haya yanamaanisha nini? Maanake Bichara tungesema bado yeye yupo sana katika ulingo wa kisiasa, na pia Blaji Balala bado yupo Dan Manzo pia bado yupo. Tutaangalia je, karata yao ya kuanzia sasa kuendelea ni ipi kwa heshima ya mwenda zake Raila.
Na ikumbuka kwamba Najib bado ana gari lake la RC,
na amesema na ukizungumza ODM mwezi muondoa, maanake ndio
na mkoko Aiba Kadir,
a Pentagon founding member who has fondly spoken about the journey they had with Raila. Waziri, thank you. Appreciated for your time and for the history you have provided here. Waziri, thank you to you, Governor. Much appreciated. And Senator, thank you.
Na bila pini Ayubu ungemuuliza Bichara Tingilo alikuwa na ndoto ya kuwa rais wa kwanza mwanamke. Je, sasa hivi anaamini kwamba ipo siku ndoto tatimia?
Yeah. Well, Odinga's demise, so unfortunate, marks a new era, a new beginning for Kenya. And I'm sure it's one that will open many political frontiers. And it's going to be consequential politically. I'm sure you'll agree with me, Waziri and you too. Yes. And then Senator, as we now focus on how then this will be panning out when he will be laid to rest on Sunday in Siaya County. Definitely yes. I'm as sure as she is that this will equally be consequential. Thank you, Rashid.
Mtazamaji, kwa hivi sasa tunakuacha mikononi salama mwa Aiba Kadir.
It's been a long 5 hours. Yeah. Na kuna wenye wanakuja na humanity. Supporters of the former Prime Minister Raila are waiting for the arrival of his body, which is now being carried by the gun carriage along the road that is heading to KASARANI, where they are all waiting with anxiety. For now, I'll cross over to Bondo, where my colleague Sam Gituku is standing by also to give us an account of what is happening at the Bondo home of the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, where he will be laid to rest on Sunday. We are at the Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Memorial Museum here at the Kangoka Jaramogi, the home of the family of Raila Odinga, of course, started by his father. And I want us to take a look at how history and the life and times of Raila Odinga have been preserved in the form of pictures. Now, Matthew, you were telling me about the images that we find here. Maybe you can carry on with this one.
So here we have the family of the first wife of Mama Mary. So here we have the full portrait. Here we can see we have Dr. Bruno Giga, who is the first one. So Dr. Bruno is followed by Raila Giga. Raila Giga is followed by Guillermo Moreira. The Guillermo Moreira is followed by Dr. Kimeno. Dr. Kimeno is followed by Raila Giga. Followed by Frederick Odinga. Frederick Odinga is followed by the late Master Mondo Odinga, who is not here, and the one here.
We apologize for the technical glitch there, and we'll be working on the sound that end where my colleague Sam Gituku is at the Bondo home of the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, where he will be laid to rest on Sunday. And of course, preceding that is what we are witnessing at the moment at the Moi International Sports Center, Kasarani, where the public viewing of the body of the former Prime Minister will be taking place. And as you can see, the live images coming to you just inbound the Kasarani Stadium is the military gun carriage that is carrying the body of the former Prime Minister, which is draped in the flag that he had loved all his life with considerable ease and winning over people, the nationalism that he has displayed in the course of his political career, as well as the final moments of the former Prime Minister before his death in India yesterday on Wednesday. A shocking time for the country and for the family of the former lawmaker, the former Prime Minister, and the ODM party leader. The sea of humanity waiting for the arrival of the body of the Prime Minister Raila Odinga. This was moved from Parliament given the logistical nightmare that it had, according to the planners and the committee that was tasked to prepare the funeral of the former Prime Minister, the nightmare that it had presented the protocol team at the National Assembly, where the public viewing was to take place, as was the case for the former heads of state, Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi and Emilio Stanley Mwai Kibaki in Parliament. Moi in 2020 died on the 4th of February 2020, and Emilio Stanley Mwai Kibaki, who passed on 22nd of April. So let's now cross over to the Moi International Sports Center, Kasarani, and listen in to what's happening there. of the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, draped in the Kenyan flag and on the gun carriage, is now inbound Kasarani and accompanied by the multitude of it was flown back to the this morning from India in the journey yesterday that started at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. The Kenyan delegation led by the body of the former Prime Minister. And the live pictures are coming to you from the precincts of the Moi International Kasarani Stadium that is on the gun carriage, the military gun carriage, draped in the Kenyan flag, and the services from the defense forces that are also giving their respects in regards to the state funeral that was accorded the former Prime Minister by President William Ruto. And there you can see lawmaker Millie Odhiambo singing alongside the supporters of the former Prime Minister, and their vehicle is now inbound the Moi International Sports Center, Kasarani. And this is a day after the passing on of the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, the ODM party leader, as well as the former Prime Minister who has served as a parliamentarian and also a key ingredient of the Grand Coalition government. Of course, deep history, a man who has won the hearts of the millions who have today poured onto the streets of Nairobi and across the country with considerable ease. The socialism in him, the fight for equity, justice, accountability, good governance, and the void that they said that he has left the country's political arena is the growing sense of concern and the uncertainty which they continue to express, and who then takes over the former Prime Minister's political baton, both at the party level and also at the national level. The public viewing of the body of the former Prime Minister was moved from the National Assembly as earlier planned, following the communication yesterday issued by the Deputy President, Professor Kithure Kindiki, who chairs the committee that is mandated to prepare the funeral of the former Prime Minister. And due to the logistical nightmare fears that it had presented this morning, a communication was issued to the supporters of the former Prime Minister and the party to head to the Kasarani Stadium for the public viewing of the body. And we can communicate now that the body has arrived at the Kasarani Stadium, and the directions will be given on how the public viewing will be taking place. Among the leadership of the party who this morning had managed to cool the supporters of the Prime Minister at the precincts of Parliament, who are waiting even before the arrival of his body, were Otiende Amolo, the lawmaker representing Rarieda constituency, and it was up until the intervention of the Embakasi East lawmaker Babu Owino and the ODM party Secretary General Edwin Sifuna, who was part of the delegation that was airborne for more than 17 hours to bring back the body of the former Prime Minister. And this, of course, is part of the coverage that we'll be giving you alongside what will be happening in Bondo, his home, where he will be laid to rest. And my colleague Sam Gituku has been giving us where the final rites for the former Prime Minister will be taking place. And on Sunday, it will mark exactly 72 hours as he had wished to be laid to rest on Sunday, and that will be happening in Bondo. That will be preceded by a series of events, as you can witness at the moment today, of the former Prime Minister, which is the public viewing of the body of the former Prime Minister, now taken off the military gun carriage draped in the Kenyan flag that he loved for so long. Morning have been with us. Neil, along Bus Road from the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, taken his body until its arrival at the KASARANI Stadium, the 60,000 seater stadium where people, as you can see, have almost filled to capacity, and also taking the pitch space at the stadium. And thereafter, of course, will be the starting of the public viewing of the former Prime Minister. Still photos of the former MP, former Prime Minister, the ODM party leader, who has with ease won over the hearts of many Kenyans.